welcome back to James Montreal Beer Reviews. Today I've got a beer from Ontario. It's an American style IPA called the Dead Elephant. So this one's brewed by the Railway City Brewing Company in St. Thomas in Ontario. That's close to London, I believe, so Western Ontario. This actually used to be sold in half-litre bottles. Now it's sold in cans, much cheaper. I think you can save almost $2 on that difference. On the side here it says a jumbo legend with an unforgettable taste. Basically this is a tribute to a circus elephant that was called Jumbo. It's 6.5% ABV, pretty cool looking can actually. I think it's quite stylish. What am I expecting from this beer? Something good, hopefully a good tasting American IPA, hopefully it's still hoppy enough. So yeah, I'm curious to see what this beer is all about. I've had some pretty good reviews and I'm ready to taste it. Let's go ahead. If anyone is interested, I'll put the description, the little story, the background history of this beer into the description box. Alright, so finally something that actually looks more like the authentic American IPAs. What I mean by that is that kind of medium orange color. In this case it's quite hazy, almost cloudy. Very nice head there. Looks like a good IPA. Let's smell it. Not getting a whole lot of hops up front on the nose, but it smells citrusy nevertheless. Not even grapefruit, mostly like lemon and orange. Other than that, I'm getting a bit of a floral note, some grains, some bread, a bit of caramel, that's about it. Definitely not a super intense aroma, but let's go ahead and taste it. First of all, it's very carbonated. Then you get a pretty decent hop bite. Oranges, a little bit of grapefruit, not too much. Some flowery notes, and some sweetness. You get some caramel. Might be a little bit cold, which could explain I'm not tasting a whole lot of flavor. But it's nice, it's just not super intense. Medium bodied. Definitely a good amount of sweetness there. I'm also getting some biscuity malts, a little bit of pear and apples. So far it tastes good. Maybe not intense enough, but let's see if it warms up and kind of improves a little more. I'll be back in a few moments. Alright guys, I'm back and here's what I've got to say about this beer. It's quite interesting actually, it's quite different too. It's definitely not your typical IPA, American style IPA, but nevertheless it definitely isn't bad, and there's quite a few things that make it kind of distinctive. First of all, it's got a very interesting texture. It gets kind of buttery and a little bit oily, meaning the hop oils kind of show there. I can definitely tell there's plenty of hops in the beer, even though I'm not getting a huge citrus flavor profile, but it's probably one of those floral grassy hops they use mostly, because I'm getting that flowery taste as well. It's very fruity as well, but the fruity notes probably come from the yeast and the malt as well as the hops, not just the hops. It gets a little bit thicker, but the good news is that the carbonation is nowhere near as high as it was in the beginning. So all in all, this is quite interesting. I was actually expecting something completely different. I was just expecting a more kind of standard tasting IPA. What I got in the end was something more interesting. I'm not sure I like this all that much, but it's definitely a good beer to try. So grade wise, I'll give this a 7, which means it's interesting, it's good. It's above average, but probably not the kind of IPA I would prefer, even though it kind of hit a lot of notes I usually am looking for. You know, it's fruity, it's not too dry, the bitterness isn't over the top, even though it gets quite bitter. And I kind of have the feeling that even when this was just released, you know, very fresh, it would still not have a huge traditional kind of hop profile up front. Still, in my opinion, it's still a craft beer, definitely not a like, kind of quasi beer, and you know, this brewery might have a lot of potential. Let's see what comes out of this brewery in the future. So 10 out of 10 for the Dead Elephant India Pale Ale. That's all I've got to say for this time around. If you're in Ontario, I'd suggest you try this beer. It's not bad. It's probably even better on tap, and I've seen this on tap in a few places in Toronto. Alright guys, in the meantime, check out my other reviews. Like this video if you like this video. Check out my Facebook page at Dim's Beer Reviews. I'll see you guys next time. Stick to good beer. Enjoy the weather if you can.